Today we'll be seeing how to make my special aloo paratha recipe. So aloo paratha is a very common food in the northern part of India and it can be had any time of the day, but most people prefer it for breakfast. You can have these parathas with anything of your choice, be it ketchup, any sauce like Shezwan, any chutney like dhania pudina chutney, or any other chutney which is commonly made in Indian households, or even curd or raita, whatever you choose, or you can have it even with some gravy. It is that versatile a dish. And some people also love to top it up with butter, so you can do that. Or if you're looking for weight loss, you can skip the oil altogether. Yes, you can make it without oil as well. And once you make this recipe, I'm sure you will keep going back to it every single time. And if not, then let me know in the comments below that you didn't like this. If you liked it, let me know that as well in the comments. But if you hate it, let me know that as well. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. But before that, if you are a new visitor to this channel, please subscribe to my channel. And if you are a regular visitor, please like this video and leave your precious comments on this video. So first of all, let's gather all our ingredients. The things that we are going to need are 4 to 5 potatoes, half onion, 1 tomato, you can add 1 or 2 tomatoes, 1 or 2 green chilies, salt as per taste, half teaspoon turmeric powder, 1 to 2 tablespoon Everest chicken masala. Now don't worry about this is a completely vegetarian product even though it says chicken in the name, because you can read the ingredients also for your reference and for your assurance that this is a vegetarian product. Now why I'm suggesting this particular brand is because I have used this hundreds of times in my aloo parathas, and trust me, no matter what ingredient is missing or how bad I'm making, like whatever fails are there, this is a lifesaver. This instantly adds an amazing taste and you will not stop at 1 or 2 parathas, let me assure you, if you use this ingredient. So you can skip this if you want, but I highly recommend that you use this ingredient. 2 teaspoon cumin seeds, coriander leaves, these are optional, whole wheat flour, water, 1 to 2 teaspoon mustard oil for the filling. You can use refined oil too, depending on what taste you prefer. I like mustard oil because of the amazing zing it provides. Refined oil, if you want to use this on parathas, you can use mustard oil as well. 1/4 inch ginger. Now, for the entire recipe, I'm going to use mustard oil because I like that special flavor, that pungent flavor it provides. First of all, we are going to boil the potatoes. Now, you can use a pressure cooker, you can use a kettle, or you can use an open pan to boil these potatoes. Our aim is to make them mushy and so soft that they are mashable by hand. While the potatoes are boiling, we can knead the flour and let it rest for some time. the longer the flour rests, the better its texture gets. So you can use some salt and oil in the flour, but here I'm going to skip it. It's totally up to you. I will make a separate video where I'll explain how to knead flour quickly and without much efforts. In short, what you need to do is just bring all the flour and water into one mixture. No need to worry about the smoothness. Just bring it in a mixture. The mixture should be soft, but it should not be flowing like water, and it should not be hard as a rock. Okay, it should be somewhere in between, not very hard and not very soft as well. So just bring the flour and the water together in a mixture and let it sit for 15 minutes or for half an hour by the time we'll be doing the rest of the preparation. So in that much time it will sit and it will become very smooth when we finally knead it after all the prep is done and when we start making the actual parathas. So trust me on this, it might look bad right now, but you will see the magic happen after some time. So now we are done with boiling the potatoes, and what I like to do now is, if they are very hot, I'll put them in the cold water instantly and just rinse it off so that most of the heat is absorbed by the water. Some people don't prefer to do this. They feel that the potatoes might become hard if we put it again in cold water, but if you're quick enough, it won't happen. Now you can peel off the potatoes very easily. Once all the potatoes are peeled, what I would like to do is I will add salt right now. Now the reason why I'm doing this is it gives me a better control over the saltiness of the mixture. So I have the freedom to mash it by hand and mix the salt homogeneously throughout the potatoes. If you try to add salt in the pan or in the karhai, it may happen that the salt is not getting mixed with the potatoes evenly. So I'll mix the salt in the bowl itself with the potatoes, and that way I can use a spatula or my hand even to distribute the salt evenly through the potatoes. So now I added the salt, and now it's time to mash them into a very smooth mixture. Now we'll prepare the filling. For that, pour 1 to 2 teaspoon mustard oil in a karhai and let it heat up. Once the oil gets heated, add 2 teaspoon cumin seeds. Once they start to splutter, add cut green chilies. After a few seconds, decrease the temperature and grate 1/4 inch ginger and add onions. Fry till the onions are translucent. Next, add tomatoes and half teaspoon turmeric powder and pinch of salt just for the tomatoes and onions. Fry till it turns mushy. Now it is turn to add Everest chicken masala. This is a superb addition to the filling, and trust me, if you add this, you will not stop eating. This really brings out an entirely different taste, and we all, me, my family members, my brother, sister, my friends, with whomever I live, everybody love it. So I'm sure even you're going to love it. You can add red chili powder also if you want a little more chilliness in your parathas. If you want it to be very hot, go for it. Mix the masala, and now we will add the potatoes. mix everything well. If you feel the potatoes are a little dry, just add 1 or 2 spoons of water and mix till the potatoes look a little oily and slightly roasted and a little goldenish, little crust is formed, a golden color layer. Now top it up with coriander leaves. This is optional, but it will add to a tangy and a zing flavor. So the filling is done. We will turn off the heat now and let it cool down. So the filling is done. Now we will turn off the heat and we will wait for the filling to cool down. Now the reason why we want the filling to cool down is because if you are putting hot filling inside dough, it will cause steam to build up and it will then rupture the entire dough that you have made. So while it is cooling, we will get back to our dough and see if that magic really happens or not. Are you ready to find it out? Let's see. So it has been quite some time, and now if you see when I'm kneading it, the texture becomes so smooth. It is because we left it for so long. We will make medium-sized balls and make it bowl shaped just like this. Katori, a bowl shape. Just dust on the flour and keep making a round bowl type shape. It should be thin but not so thin that it breaks, because this area will be getting stretched. Now we will add some filling. It shouldn't be too much, else the filling will come out of the parathas. It always happens with me, so don't worry if you see broken parathas in my video. But the taste will be good, I assure you about that. Now we will use a rolling pin and just flatten out the dough. Meanwhile, heat up a pan or a tawa and put the paratha on it. Cook properly on both sides. You can use oil or not, it's totally up to you. I'm using mustard oil here. So now this paratha is cooked properly and it goes inside the casserole. I will share one trick over here. Usually what happens is, in parathas especially, where you're putting the paratha on the flame for a longer time, it can become little hard. So what you can do to make it soft is put it inside a casserole. Just layer the bottom of the casserole with a cloth napkin and put your parathas on top of it. So the heat that will be exchanged between the parathas, that is going to make it very soft. Try this and let me know if this trick works for you, because for me it does. And no matter if I burn also, if I burn the parathas, it is still going to be soft. Like this, we'll cook all the parathas. Look at this now. It is so soft, and look at it on the inside. The filling looks amazing, doesn't it? Let me know if you guys try out this recipe. I'm pretty sure you will fall in love with the taste. Pair it up with your favorite or not. Either way, it will taste great. So let me know in the comments below, guys. If you liked how I shared the recipe, let me know. If you hated it, tell me that as well. But please share your valuable feedback with me. And please subscribe to my channel for such easy and quick recipes with a twist. And I'll keep coming back with more and more fun recipes. Till then, see you. Bye bye. Take care. Love you all.